Hello, scumbags. We are back here again for the vote of no confidences. We have been doing our vote of no confidence recently. That would have been post Last Jedi stuff, but now there's a lot of stuff coming out about Solo. So we will be talking about the lead up to Solo now. But first, I wanted to remind you guys, since Solo is coming up now, when the trailer drops, and it's supposed to be soon, hopefully soon. I mean, fingers crossed, right? I hope it drops soon. When it does drop, just record your own reactions and send it to rebelscumbags@gmail.com. And you can be entered to win a T-shirt or a prize of some kind. Maybe something even cooler than a T-shirt. But regardless, it will at least be a T-shirt from James and from us at the Rebel Scum. Your reactions will be shown on Scavenger Scum, and that is where you will be able to see yourselves reacting to Solo. So yeah, hopefully it's a good trailer. And I got a guest here. Always here on Voter No Conferences. Somebody has to be the other side. Somebody has to be my foil. And this time it is Andrew Fantasia. How you doing, buddy? Are you awaiting Solo, the trailer, to finally drop soon?
Yes, I'm always happy to be a foil. I can't wait for this trailer, and for some weird reason, I don't know why, but while you were talking just now, I started craving spinach, like to an astounding degree. So if you have spinach, please also send that to rebelscumbags@gmail.com, and I'll eat it, possibly on camera.
Wow, that's a show unto itself. Andrew eats
is.
spinach right there. I think that's guaranteed to get us over 100,000 views on one video, just right then and there.
Okay, well, that's we'll save that for Talkin' Popeye, our other channel.
Absolutely. So yeah, like I mentioned, this is Solo. Now we're gearing up to get to Solo, and hopefully this trailer coming soon. And our topic for today is very Solo focused, and specifically a certain area of Solo that they might be hiding. What is our topic for today, Andrew?
Our topic is this movie, Solo, going to be a disaster before it even begins?
Yeah, so again, obviously there's been a lot of stuff that's just been leading up to this Solo before we even seen literally anything. We've had that picture that came out a little while ago, that was supposedly leaked and supposedly not Lucasfilm official, but now we're learning that it is more Lucasfilm official. But yeah, we are talking about specifically as to whether this could be a dumpster fire. And what side did you land on there, Andrew?
I am going to be voting that no, Solo is not a dumpster fire. It is a very nice fire in a warm brick fireplace, sending crisp white smoke through the chimney out into the air. It's the kind of fire we all want to gather around and warm ourselves with.
And I'm, of course, saying then I'm again embracing the dark side. So that dumpster fire, I think, is becoming a big giant fire, and it's burning down the entire house now. So yeah, we'll get to it now. But again, I like us to focus on the good first. So again, go ahead, Andrew. Give us some of the good that you think is coming from this.
Well, I think that at the end of it, there is, the whole concept of where's our trailer, where's our footage. That's what's got people worried. And I think the only reason we're not seeing stuff now is just because of how weird the timing of everything took place. I mean, Star Wars movies were a thing we had to wait 3 years for. That's just how Star Wars worked, baby. Now all of a sudden we're waiting 5 months. That's unprecedented. We should be going through shock that is a thing. And I think that this worrying over Solo is that shock. This is us saying, oh God, or what's happening? Where's our footage? And Disney is also going through that shock because nobody on the planet. There are people out there who know Star Wars down to the last letter. There are people like Pablo, people like Kathleen, who know what making a Star Wars movie is and how it works. But there is no human being on this effing planet right now who knows how to promote a Star Wars movie 5 months after another one has just come out. Nobody knows how to do that yet. That is an art that has yet to be, nobody's skilled at it yet. People need that practice. So I think what we have to do is be patient with them. We have to realize that they're still riding the tidal wave of Last Jedi and the ups and downs therein. And when it gets to a point where they're comfortable with that, Who knows when that'll be? Hopefully soon. But when it gets to that point, then they can start saying, "Guys, here's Solo." Do I think they may have shot themselves in the foot by having Solo come out so soon? Maybe. But I'm not going to complain. We're going to see a Star War. I just think that this is new to them.
So yeah, this is the funny thing, that I guess this type of stuff is new to, I guess, Lucasfilm, but to Disney all specifically, I wouldn't say that's all too new to them, because again, we'll just go like across the pond in terms of at least Disney terms and go over to the Marvel side, who is somebody that, you know, they had their Infinity War trailer that came out, and that they're already promoting Infinity War, for example, before even Black Panther's come out. Black Panther's still on its build up, and we've already seen the Infinity War trailer. We always see, like, you know, now they're juggling all these different products at the same time with Marvel, and they're like, you know, they're able to do it where they're able to hype up Black Panther and then hype up Infinity War at the same time. And who knows, I wouldn't be surprised if we get an Ant-Man trailer before Black Panther even comes out. So there could be even that. So yeah, it's funny because, again, like, you know, we're saying dumpster fire, but again, I consider this to be a dumpster fire that's like, they somehow managed to like get like 5 doors in between us and the dumpster fire. But I'm starting to smell the smoke, is what I'm saying. I'm smelling the smoke. So where I'm smelling the smoke, I'm sensing that the fire's there. And the thing with this movie in general is that, you know, at Celebration last year, there was a lot of people considering that they might, like, you know, at this 40th Celebration panel or some panel, they might just go like, hey, this is the first still shot of Solo, because the movie was shooting for quite a bit by then too, right? People were expecting that Solo might show something, and it didn't. And we're looking at that when Celebration was in April, I believe, right, Andrew?
Yes, it was.
April, yeah. We were looking at that, and now, you know, we're fast forwarding 9 months now, pretty much, and still, like, you know, just the leaked image, like, we've gotten a couple like things here and there, like the Millennium Falcon shot with everybody, right? And, you know, including Lord and Miller, who, you know, gotta be photoshopped out of that shot now. Yeah. We still haven't gotten anything, and, like, you know, we're building up so close to it. And in terms of these new era Disney films, they haven't taken this long to start marketing a movie before. Like, you know, Force Awakens, the first trailer came out, what was it, 13 months before the movie came out, the teaser trailer? And, you know, Last Jedi came out last year, which was roughly about, I guess that'd be 8 months beforehand. And now we're 5 months before Solo, and we still got nothing. And, you know, we're literally at the point where we were supposed to see a trailer last Friday, and we're not seeing this trailer. So again, another red flag to go on with everything else. So yeah, I'll leave it at that part of it. I'll let you talk, Andrew. Go for it.
First of all, Rob, you know exactly when that Force Awakens teaser dropped, because on the Duel of the Fates, you told me when it dropped.
No, but that one was the title for the Force Awakens. That was what the question was.
Was that what that was?
Yeah, I believe it was the title.
You're right.
Yeah.
November 6th, 2014. We all know that now, thanks to Rob. The thing with the marketing is that Disney is very cautious with this. We can tell, we can smell fear, and we know that there is fear from them, whether it's founded or unfounded. Disney, and you know what, it is founded, because look at the reaction Last Jedi got. They know that if you piss people off, you're going to hear about it. Mm-hmm. So they have approached all 4 of these Star Wars movies differently when it comes to marketing. The Last Jedi was not marketed in the same way as The Force Awakens. So I believe that somebody at some point must have sat down, had a meeting, and said, how are we marketing this Han Solo movie? We don't need to use marketing to introduce these characters, because everybody knows who Han, Chewbacca, and Lando are, and everybody knows what the Falcon is. So what is our marketing going to do then, if not introduce these characters? Well, I think the answer they should have come up with is introduce the concept that Alden Ehrenreich is Han Solo now. That's what the marketing needs to convince the world.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that obviously we don't even know what he looks or sounds like yet, besides that one little promo picture that's just going to be on the action figure boxes. That's literally all we have. So we don't know yet how good a job he did. But that, even if he's amazing, Disney doesn't know that yet. Disney is thinking right now of The Last Jedi and how people found it amazing and people found it disappointing. And they're thinking, even if Bob Iger walked on the set every day and said, God, Alden Ehrenreich freaking nailed it, he's going home at night looking at The Last Jedi responses and thinking, people are still going to hate it, even though he nailed it. So they're trying to figure out right now, how do we show the world this new Han Solo and not have them hate it? And I think that is a big challenge, even for people as skilled in this as Disney, because you're right, Marvel, they're killing it. They're constantly killing it, both with the movies themselves and with the marketing for it. But this ain't Marvel, baby. This is a whole other ball game. And I think taking their time with it, I would prefer that than them rushing out something that maybe hurts the product at the end of the day. So I would rather not get a teaser till February than get a teaser that shows that Disney has no faith in their product yet. And even if that faithlessness just comes from, please don't hate us the way you hated Last Jedi.
Yeah, I guess Last Jedi is something that they got to be worried about, because obviously in the case of Lucasfilm, they had a lot of faith in Rian Johnson's version of The Last Jedi, hence them announcing the trilogy before the movie had come out. But then, the movie comes out and some people really don't like it, and that's what resulted in it. But the thing about Han Solo specifically is that they've looked at that performance and they've had that performance. They've seen versions of that performance for quite a while now. Like, they knew what that performance was going to be since they started shooting, really. And you could even say that they knew what that performance was going to be in a lot of ways before, when they were just testing Alden Ehrenreich, right? So they knew what his take was, at least more of his take. And if something had to shift, then that's one thing. But if they have this movie that people are already hesitant about, I just feel like releasing the trailer and releasing more stuff about this movie to make people's thoughts go at ease is the better way to do it. We're talking about this trailer, but this trailer should have really been started to be thought about when they were shooting, right? We look at something I guess I'm going to mention the DC for example, right? And their example was that, they had a couple movies like Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, that were not getting very well received. By that time when they were leading into Comic-Con, they had already known that, there was some problems there. There could be some issues with everything going on, because they already knew about what the fan response was for BVS. And I think they already had a pretty good idea, because that was only a few weeks before Suicide Squad was coming out. And so what did they do? They were in the middle of shooting Justice League, but they released a trailer for it to try to get people more hyped up for it. Let's put away what actually happened to that movie nowadays, but they were trying to course correct right away to get people as hyped about it as possible and put out the best trailer that they could. So that just seems like the odd thing that Star Wars maybe is not adapting that part of it, where it's like, hey, you didn't like the last one. Well, why don't you take a look at this Han Solo trailer and how good we've cut this Han Solo trailer together, and then get more hyped up for Star Wars again? Because there are some people that are maybe a little bit, in my opinion, illogically thinking that Star Wars is dead to them because of Last Jedi. That's not the case for me. I'm very disappointed in The Last Jedi. I'm not hyped up for Star Wars anymore. But those people that are like that, to see this awesome Han Solo trailer come on and be like, wow, okay, I'm in for Star Wars again, could just be a way to just course correct that negative feedback that they got from Last Jedi. So
yeah, and I agree, that would be a great way to do it. I think it's a matter of just basic primal human worrying that is happening with these Disney and Lucasfilm people. Look at it this way. Imagine you have a hot date and you tell your hot date, you're like, hey,
tell me more.
Come over to my house. Yeah, tell me more. This is going to get juicy. You're like, come over to my house. I'm going to cook you dinner. You say this to your date. Come over to my house. I'm going to cook you dinner. She's like, great. Yeah, I'll see you there. So, you know, it's that night. You're preparing the dinner, and you're like, oh, this is going to be great. She's going to love this. And you're already thinking a few steps ahead. You're like, and you know what? On our next date, I'm going to have her over again, and I'm going to make this other dish that I think is going to be really great, too. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have such a great time. She's going to love me. So you're fixing up this first dinner, and you're making it, and it's all juicy and delicious, and she comes over, and you put it down in front of her. She takes a few bites, and she's like, oh, this is disappointing. I was expecting something better than this. No matter how good dinner number 2 was in your brain, you're like, maybe I need to rethink dinner number 2. And you don't need to rethink dinner number 2, but your insecurity right now is making you second guess yourself. Your just primal fear, primal worry is making you think, oh God, dinner number 2. You know, I was thinking of dinner number 2 while I made dinner number 1. What if she doesn't like that? I don't want to lose her. I like her. I want her to come over for dinner all the time. And all of a sudden you're just this big worry wart, and you have like no drive to do anything. And what you need to do is sit down with this girl and say, hey, you know, I'm sorry you didn't like dinner number 1, but I don't only know how to cook one thing, baby. I have a cookbook full of ideas. Trust me. Come over again. You will like what I have to offer. It's just a matter of getting over that initial insecurity. And we put these Disney folks, these Lucasfilm folks on pedestals because they're these giant, scary business people with suits, and they make big decisions with money involved, and they probably check their Bloomberg app to make sure their stocks haven't dropped. But they're still folks like you and I, and they'll still get a little bit hurt and a little bit sensitive if you tell them you didn't like the chicken parmesan that they made especially for you. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's help them by being supportive to them and saying, look, maybe we didn't like Last Jedi, maybe we loved it. That's okay. It's art. We can like or not like art however we choose, but don't be afraid to give us more art, because we love that you are doing that. Disney, Lucasfilm, we love that you are making art for us, that you're cooking these beautiful dinners for us. Nobody's making you do that. You could just say, screw Star Wars, and you could stop right now. But no, you're taking the time to invite us over for these meals, and we appreciate that. Even if we're not fans of some of the meals, that's okay. But don't lose faith in yourself. Don't lose faith in your ability to cook, because you've proven you can cook. So I think we as fans, again, regardless of what we thought of The Last Jedi, it's okay to not like that movie, but be supportive to these people who are, putting their creativity out there, who are basically pouring themselves into these stories and showing them to us. Let's be supportive of them. Let's make them feel like what they're doing is making a difference in our lives, because it is. I'm gonna buy friggin' Han Solo merchandise when it comes out, because these stories make a difference to me, and I know you're gonna be the same way. We're gonna probably walk into a Walmart together and be like, "Where the hell is my Woody Harrelson Black series?" And they're gonna be like, "Gentlemen, can you please leave the Walmart? You're causing a scene." And that's okay, because that's how we roll when it comes to Star Wars. So let's show the folks at Lucasfilm. Let's show the storytellers. Let's show Uncle Ron and even Bob Iger. Let's show them, hey, it's okay that some people didn't like what you made. You still make stuff, and that is awesome. Please keep making stuff.
No, yeah, absolutely, and that type of mentality, I think, is very, very, very good to have in general with Star Wars, especially with Episode 9, because again, Episode 9's just in its very early stages. People just be like, "Hey, everything will be fine with Episode 9. We'll just do it." But my thing with Han Solo, I'm going to go back to the fire analogy with this, because it's like, okay. It's like they announced Han Solo movie's coming. It's going to be a standalone Solo movie. So it's like, okay, now they've ignited fire. And, there's some flickers. It's kind of, the wind's taking it a little bit, because some people are like, oh, I don't know if I want the Han Solo movie. And then it's like Alden Ehrenreich's cast. It's like, okay, we were expecting this. It's not going to be Harrison Ford again. So it's still just swaying a little bit, right, with the fire. And then you get, that's Lord and Miller, and you're like, okay, they're great directors. We're still good. It's still a nice controlled fire. But then, go to 2017, and when the moment happens when you got Lord and Miller are fired, and now they're being going, now you're starting to see it spread a little bit, right? This fire is getting out of your comfort area a little bit, and now you got other stuff like no marketing and all that type of stuff. So now it's starting to spread and spread and go further. So this movie just before even Last Jedi came out, when people had the negativity stuff, this fire was already spread before then. This fire was already starting to take over. It's already burning down part of my tent, and now it's getting a little uncomfortable for me to be here anymore. I kind of want to just get in my car and just drive away from this campsite. So yeah, that's just where it's heading right now. And yeah, sure, this trailer is the thing that I'm absolutely saying, where it's just like they could be the trailer coming in, and them just releasing this amazing trailer could be the fire department finally arriving on there and just getting control of this fire and keeping it away from the important stuff on this campsite. But as of right now, with everything all the news that was already coming out about it before Last Jedi was coming, this fire was already spreading. It was already showing like it seems, and its possibility to basically not burn down the entire area, but just possibly take down this campsite that is the Han Solo movie. So yeah, that's where my worry is. That it's like, yeah, we can have faith in them because Lucasfilm has done Disney era of Lucasfilm has done, in my opinion, 2 out of 3 good movies, but a lot of people would say 3 good movies, right? So could still have faith in that. But it's like this movie before Last Jedi was already showing its difficulty to get this production on track. So yeah, that's that was just where I would sit on my final point. Do you have anything else that you'd like to say, Andrew?
Yeah, one last very tiny thing that I think should be taken into consideration.
Sure.
You're the master of remembering dates, so maybe you can help me out with this. When did they announce that news that John Williams will be doing the Han Solo theme? Not the whole score, but he's just doing the theme. That was recently, wasn't it?
I want to say that was early December, like maybe early to mid-December, just before Christmas. That's what I want to say. I'm not 100% sure on the exact date, but yeah, that's what roughly I would ballpark it when they.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think you're right. So like roughly around the time Last Jedi came out is when they made that announcement. So maybe that theme's just not ready yet. It hasn't been a very long time, and they're not going to show us a trailer for a Star Wars movie and just throw a Pink Floyd song in there. That's not how Star Wars works. Star Wars trailers have John Williams music in it. So maybe they're, I don't know how the other composer has fared. I don't know if he's finished yet, but usually music is one of the last things to be done. Maybe they don't have the right music for this trailer. And like I said, you're not going to hear Rolling Stones. That's not how this universe works. So maybe once that's done, we'll see something.
So I actually got it wrong. Yeah, it was late December. December 30th looks like when it was actually announced.
Oh, yeah. So there we go. So yeah, he has not had a whole lot of time to get that theme. I don't know how long it takes to compose a theme and then get the London Symphony Orchestra to get together on a Saturday and play it. But I'm sure there's some scheduling that has to happen there. So let's let him make some music first.
Yeah, on that point, I would just really say that I guess I believe it was announced when they did the Force Awakens trailers that for the trailers themselves, I don't believe John Williams actually did the scores for the trailers, like for some of them. I just remember that Force Awakens Super Bowl, or not Super Bowl, the Monday Night Football trailer that they released for Force Awakens. I just remembered seeing an article that it wasn't John Williams that did that score, that did the melody of the Han and Leia theme. That it was somebody else that conducted that score. So I mean, like, yeah, just in general, I guess with movies coming out with early trailers and stuff like that, a lot of times just the scores aren't done in general. So again, we got Star Wars that has just a magnitude of music in general. So just literally just taking a version of a theme that you used before could just be, the best way to do it, and just have somebody else do it. So I don't know. I see your point though there with, like, they might want to, if they want to make this epic trailer, then maybe they just want to put in the John Williams music in there right away from the beginning to get people hyped up. But anyway, that was us basically, debating and having a nice conversation about this topic. What do you guys think in terms of this Solo movie? Like, yeah, like how I was saying, I was kind of saying, like, there's a lot of rockiness within this movie in general, but we could look at the light side to it as well, because again, I think we all want to be Jedis and the good at heart. So as Star Wars fans, let's have an open mind, and hopefully this trailer comes out soon, and we'll enjoy it, and it'll be a good trailer, because Han Solo needs it, and I want this movie to be a good movie. I think at our heart we all want Solo to be a good movie. So.
And I think in our heart, we also want lots of Emilia Clarke.
Lots of Emilia Clarke. Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, comment below. Let us know. And what do you guys think about this whole topic? It'll be interesting to see what happens with this movie. And again, hopefully we get a good Star Wars movie. And my guest at this time was, in fact, Andrew Fantasia. Thank you for talking with me a little bit about Solo, a Star Wars story.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me on.
Yep. All right. So where can everybody find you there, Andrew?
You can find me on Facebook at Andrew Fantasia, and I also have my own YouTube channel called Andrew Fantasia. I was under some time constraint when I came up with that title. And I have a show called Thumb Together where I talk about review new movies. So you can see that on YouTube as well.
Yep, and it's an awesome channel. Definitely check that out. And as usual, you can follow me at Robert E. McDonald on both Twitter and Instagram. And as per usual, guys, thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.
Always.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.